We want healthy places where local materials are reused over and over and over again in a circular way. And part of being circular is that you move to a place of regeneration, where just by you being there, year after year, the place gets better. And the best place to look for a circular and a regenerative model is in healthy ecosystems. I'm Janine Benyus, and I'm co-founder of Biomimicry 3.8, which is our consultancy, and the Biomimicry Institute, which is our nonprofit. Right now, we take things and just put them in a landfill. We extract, a raw material, we make something out of it, and then we put it into a landfill. So that's that make waste linear economy. How do we take that landfill away? And there are no landfills in nature. Biomimicry is looking to the natural world for your models, how to design and how to invent things, but also for your measure, in this case, of what health is and what it takes to be healthy. If we get this right, we're going to come to a point where our cities, our working landscapes, and our living landscapes function just like the wildland next door. Can we build in such a way that we actually enhance the watershed, the ecosystem where we are? Is there a moment when the watershed is thankful that we're there because our cities clean the air, they clean the water, they provide habitat for wildlife, they build soil, they slow floods, they store water to avoid drought? In the way we build, we can mimic the ecosystem services, they're called, that these organisms provide and that these systems provide. Trees have the same need that we have, which is, you need to get electricity and water to each cell, right? To each cell, here they need water and food to each leaf. But for a building, it's electricity and water to each room, right? And the way we do it is not at all the way these trees do it. At the same time as they're trying to reach the sun, they're thinking about the plumbing system and making it as friction-free and efficient as possible to move that water along. You'll notice that there's no 90-degree curves. That would be too much friction. So it's always usually a Y formation, and then another Y formation, and another Y formation. Those branches have a design, and it is to reduce friction in distributing fluids. One of the ways an organism reduces energy use is by lightweighting. So, all the birds that are flying all around here, they have very, very lightweight but strong bones, right? So that lightweighting is something, if we were to lightweight all of our building materials, that they would have the same strength because the structure is strong. But you would reduce the amount of material is needed. Then you have a twofer. You reduce material use, you dematerialize, but then it's also less energy to transport. That's why the bird does it. It's less energy to transport. Your yard, your campus, your corporate campus would, by design, be part of a place that wildlife could move through, as well as people, so that you would actually think about your surrounding areas and say, how can we put the pieces of a fragmented city back together? That was once an ecological corridor. Can we recreate that corridor? So many of the streams in cities are put into channels or pipes underground. And the first thing we can do is bring those to the surface. Get rid of those pipes, take them out of the pipes, put the stream up back on the surface. It's an incredible magnet for wildlife and for people. Who wouldn't want to picnic next to this? We're evolving. And what we used to think of as, well, a sustainable building it's tight and it's energy efficient, airtight and energy efficient, and that's it. We're asking more of our designs these days. With this circular and nature positive methodology, we're actually able to do it through measurements with nature's benchmarks. And that makes it different than other things because it's local and it's place-based, but it's also science-based and data-based. You get a goal of how many of these ecosystem services you should meet per acre or per hectare of your land, and then you start to design into that goal. And we come back and we say, well, at your campus or at your building or your development in your city district, this is how much water you should store each year. This is how much water this stores each year, and you're right next door. This is how much carbon it should store. This is how much soil it should build. This is how much habitat support it should provide. This is how much cooling it should do, how much noise abatement it should do. There are no other alternatives than living as a beneficial participant on the planet. There are no other alternatives. We can regenerate places that have been scarred. It's in our DNA to do so, I think. We just need to ask our designs to do that, to regenerate, to be circular, to create ecological benefits that go beyond the borders of a property.